All right, Luann, 2 years into Countess and Friends.
Yes.
Can you believe you've been touring for 2 years?
It's incredible. It's just, I just love it. You know, doing Christmas shows coming up. I've got an all new show coming up in January called Mary F. Kill. So it's a lot of fun creating new shows, and I'm just having a blast.
What does Mary F. Kill mean for the show? How is it going to change from the Countess and Friends we've seen?
Well, you know, it'll be more about sex, relationships, and men, of course.
Okay, so maybe some new stories in there.
Of course, new stories, new music, yeah.
Love it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to #Countess and Friends.
When you had that first show at 54 Below,
Yes.
to now see these big shows you're selling out, did you have even like a glimmer of a thought that that would be where this was headed?
No, I had no idea. In fact, when I did 54 Below, you know, I said to my agent, I want to keep it small, cabaret style tables and things like that. And he's like, no, you're going to go into big theaters. And I was like, really? You think so? I don't know. And so it just has, I'm just as amazed as most people are.
You brought up your agent, who I believe you might be dating, Luann.
Yeah, well, I am. You know, he lives on the West Coast, and I live in New York. So, you know, it's a bit of a back and forth, but we're dating, and it's really nice.
How does the back and forth work? Is long distance tricky?
Well, I think that, you know, I'm traveling a lot with the cabaret shows, so it's not always easy, but I think at least your agent gets it because he's the one who booked it.
That's very fair, very true.
So, yeah, so he's very supportive, and he's just a great touring agent. He's got really, you know, great clients, Randy Rainbow being one of them, and Teresa Caputo, who does her live shows. So he's a great guy. I'm lucky.
How'd you make the shift from professional relationship to personal relationship?
Believe me, it wasn't easy. It was like, no, that's not happening. And then he just wore me out.
Okay, so he was putting in the work.
Yeah, and you know, it just turned into a really great working relationship as well as a romantic one. So
Is that tricky to navigate at all?
you know, it hasn't been so far. So far so good.
Okay.
So far so good. Yeah.
How long has it been?
Well, like a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. My show's been almost going on 2 years now, and you know, it took about 5 months before I gave in.
All right. So you were able to keep that pretty under wraps for a long time.
Yeah, I mean.
Was that a nice change of pace?
Well, yeah, and you know, I just we were just dating at the time and continued to date, and I just wasn't sure where it was going, so I didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's
No,
good. It
it's
seems
out
like
there.
it's going somewhere.
It seems like it's out there.
Do you want to get married again?
You know, listen, I never say never. I'm a hopeless romantic. I was married twice already, and they say 3 times the charm. So, you know, who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not in a big hurry to do anything right now. I'm just enjoying the moment.
You're just enjoying cabaret life.
Exactly. And enjoying the relationship. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Does he have the kid stamp of approval?
Yes, he does.
Okay,
My
'cause
kids
that's
like
big.
it. That is big. That's big.
Will we see the relationship at all on the show, or is that something you're keeping away from cameras?
No, you know, no. I talk about him, but no, you won't see
Okay.
him on the show. Yeah.
There's the balance between work and
Exactly.
personal.
Exactly.
Also celebrating probation is over.
Yes, finally, after all this time, yeah.
Does that feel like a weight has been lifted off?
Totally. You know, even though things were going really well with my shows and everything else, you know, that was weighing heavily on me, and so that's finally behind me. And I'm writing a book about the journey, because let me tell you, it wasn't an easy one. And I think a lot of the reason why people are so into the show is I talk about it, I joke about it in my show. I self-deprecate about it because it was such, tragedy for me, and so, you know, now I try to make light of it because it happened, it's behind me, and I think there's lessons to be learned from it, and you know, I'm still learning those lessons and plugging them into my life, and you know, just living day by day.
What would you say is the biggest lesson you've taken away from that experience?
Well, I think the lesson for me was I was running fast, and you know, just to slow it down, to you know, get back in control of my life, not only be on the stage, but take center stage of my life. And so I feel like I'm in the driver's seat now, and I'm in a really good place, and life is good.
When you were on Watch What Happens Live at BravoCon, you could hear Tinsley shouting in the background, "She can drink, she can drink."
What does it feel like to close that chapter of your life?
I can move on with my life and be a badass with all the Housewives of New York again.
And she can
Very
drink.
good.
Yeah, I know. Tinsley loves to say, but I take it day by day, and it's not, my focus is on my cabaret, and obviously I couldn't have this career if I was a hot mess.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you're just taking it day by day.
Exactly.
All right. Sober right now?
Yep.
Good on you.
Thanks.
Bringing up Tinsley, she's engaged to Scott. They are officially engaged.
Yeah, finally. I'm glad for her. It's been a long time coming. God knows we've been back and forth about Scott and all that. And I'm happy for her. I hope it works out because they've had their ups and downs, and I hope this one is going to stick and it's here to stay.
All right. I mean, speculation is this means she will no longer live in New York, which means can no longer be a Real Housewife of New York.
Right. Well, we'll see where that goes. Obviously, one makes a choice in life, and I don't know where she's going to land. I just, I wish her the best and hope that she has a long, romantic, wedded, blissful life.
Did she send a group text out, be like, ladies, it happened?
No.
Okay.
She didn't actually. But, I knew it was inevitable. I saw her at Watch What Happens Live, at BravoCon, and so she would look really happy, and I think that, it's finally happening.
Right.
I'm excited for her.
This thing she's wanted for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly.
All right. Also at BravoCon, you got to help introduce your new co-star.
I brought along the newest Real Housewife of New York City, Leah McSweeney.
Everybody welcome her.
What do we need to know about Leah before this season starts?
Well, what's great about Leah is it's not an easy group of women to walk into, and I think that she can hold her own. I think that people will like her. She's different. She's downtown. She's younger. She's a young mom. She's so she's a mom. We'll see her family life. She's also vulnerable, and I think that's very important because you feel like you get to know her, and we can all relate to her, which is really important for being a housewife. And so I think she makes a good addition to the cast. Yeah.
What's her entry point to the group? Who's the person?
Tinsley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I liked her as soon as I met her. I really liked her.
Okay, you took a liking to her.
I did.
I mean, she's being probably unfairly dubbed Bethenny's replacement.
Right.
Is there any replacing Bethenny, or should we judge Leah on her own?
Listen, Bethenny's been replaced. Is there replacing Bethenny? Yeah, of course there is. Bethenny has, been a huge character on the show. She's come and gone herself from the show. So, wishing her the best as well. Everybody's got their life, and she chose to leave, and so we were all surprised by it. We found out just like you.
Right.
Just like you did. So we were kind of surprised and shocked by it. And, like I said, she's doing her thing, and wish her the best.
You still in contact with her?
I haven't heard from her personally, but I think some of the girls are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Call me. No.
You did say on Jenny McCarthy's show that learning that Bethenny wasn't coming back was kind of like a sigh of relief. for
Well,
everybody.
yeah, I think there's a lot more breathing room now that because Bethenny took up a lot of the air in the room, and so I think you'll get to know the other women better. There's more room for them to express themselves, and so we have a great season coming up, and so I'm excited.
You also said on that Jenny McCarthy interview that
This is Insider Scoop. We go to a fashion show, right? And there is a place set for Bethenny Frankel at this fashion show while we're filming. And Ramona freaked out.
Why would she get so upset?
Because she's just scared of her. She's terrified of Bethenny. Well, she says it herself.
But at BravoCon, she told me,
I think I'm the only person who would stand up against Bethenny. All the other girls just kiss her ass.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know. She has said to us before that, and has said it and put it out there. So she's had a change of mind. That's Ramona.
That is Ramona.
That's Ramona.
I know there's no trailer or anything out, so
No.
you have to keep it vague. But like, what are you most excited for the fans to
Well,
see?
I'm excited that they will see the relationships and how they've changed. And Dorinda and I are very tight. We have a crazy trip always to the Berkshires, and of course go on our cast trip. So there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of fun, and we have deep relationships. We've known each other a long time. So it's always interesting to watch because, it's like family. You fight, and at the end of the day, you have to sit down at the Thanksgiving table,
Right.
and eat together. So it's a great season. There's a lot of really fun stuff and a lot of drama.
Last year we did get to meet your pal Barbara.
Oh
who I
yeah,
understand
don't really want to talk.
Is no
about
longer
that.
your pal.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't really want to go there.
We've kind of seen it all.
Yeah,
fall
played out. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
we won't be seeing Barbara again.
You won't
safe
be
to say.
seeing Barbara.
I imagine we'll get to see the creative process behind Mary F. Kill.
Yes.
So some developing of that new show.
Well, and also I'm working on a new song with Desmond Child.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Another dance track.
Another dance track, a little different from what I've done in the past. So super excited.
Did you take inspiration from your catchphrases and that kind of stuff?
Exactly.
So can you give me a hint at what this one's about?
It's a little bit about divas.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to catch any flack for lumping yourself in with divas from your girlfriends?
Listen, I think diva is not a negative word. I think it's somebody who thinks that they're just as good as everybody else. If you don't think you're great, nobody else will. Isn't that right?
Hey, you said it. When are you going to release a Christmas track?
You know what? It's so funny. I spoke to my producer who did Money and Chic with me, and he said, we are doing a Christmas album next. So you'll see that for
Okay, so 2020, I guess.
2020.
There we go. We'll leave it on that.
Thank you, Bryce.
Thanks, Lou.